How are you doing? You're doing good? You're feeling great? All right, perfect. So let's dive right in. So, thank you all so much for coming on to join this beautiful message that is being a continuation for this beautiful series that I've created, and by the grace of God will continue to support, continue to put forth the work effort into it. Working hard for what I want right now. But yes, guys, thank you so much for joining in. So, I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about what I have learned this week. So, recently I received a call and I was making a video. I'm shaking under my table. I'm sorry. Let me just move. But I was making a video that had to do with me talking about grace. You know, I've gotten for the early, ever since I was like 19 years old, 18, 19 years old, maybe 19, I've gotten, Asia, you're so patient. Of course, that did not come when I was born. I didn't come on earth with patience. That was a God assignment, truthfully. I felt like I've always been a patient person, but my patience has arisen. My patience has arisen to a level to where I can sustain it, to where I can maintain it, to where I can obtain it. Okay. And we are in a good place now. So, but I wanted to talk to you guys about the grace. So I'm really big, and I've been saying this because this is honestly this is one of my tactics for survival. It's the fact that we want grace from others, but we're not willing to extend grace. God gives us grace, but yet we're not willing to extend that same grace to others. And He gives us grace and mercy every single day, and it renews. And it's like, if God can do that for us, why can't we do that for our brothers and sisters? And then I received a phone call, and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna give them grace. But something on the inside of me would not let me give them grace. And so I had to speak into a tone in which I hadn't tapped into in a very, very long time. And after the call was over, I said, wow, I get this call right as I'm making the video about extending grace. And now I feel tried. Lord, what do you even want me to do with this? And then I realized there were a lot of situations in my life to where when it came to extending grace to others, there was a no-go. It was a no-go. And I had to be reminded of my path, that my path was different than their path, that despite what I wanted for them, or what I still want for them, that has to be their choice. I had to take myself out of the equation and just focus on them for a minute and say, okay, I can understand that what they're going through is not easy. They probably are way more terrified. And I know for a fact that they are just looking for help. And I understood that. And I thank God for that conviction, because I was able to make sense out of that conversation. I had another conversation with an individual a few days prior to that conversation. And in that conversation, I was like, okay, I'm going to give them grace. Because it's obvious that they've been through some things, but they're not going to tell me about it. And I know that there was one point in time when I felt the same exact way as this individual about everybody that tried to come my way. So I'm going to give them grace. And I'm going to let them be. And I'm going to let whatever happens, happens, because it is what it is. And I meant that in that sentence. But the thing is, even if we mean it, it doesn't mean that it won't try to rise back up again. Won't try to sneak back up on us, you know? And then it's like, okay, who's really testing me to try to see if I even believe my own words? And I think that's just a lot to think about. Because grace is a beautiful thing. It is. We don't have to have it, but we do. Every single day we are alive. We are alive. Every hour, every second we are alive. That is His grace and mercy that endures forever and ever. So if His grace can withstand time and He lives outside of time, why can't we extend that same grace? I understand it got rocky. I understand y'all relationship got tested. I understand you feel like you can't trust them anymore. I understand that you're upset because you didn't get the love that you deserved. And you understood that they loved you the best that they could. But it wasn't enough for you to feel wanted. So you went looking for other things and other people and other ways that would satisfy you. But the problem with that is that you will always find yourself needing more until you go to the one that can give you everything and more. Go to God. Ask Him, God, teach me that when I'm in situations, teach me how to be graceful. Teach me how to have the right heart posture. So that way, when I'm in situations, when I get blessed, I don't miss out. I don't take advantage. I simply am where I am supposed to be. And I can accept that. So just ask yourself, are you in the position of extending grace? Have you been extending grace? And what is it that you need to be extending grace for, and whom? You don't even have to tell the person. It'll be in your actions. Just make sure that you know. And when you know, that's all that matters, right? Thank you all so much for tuning in. I love you guys. Make sure, extend grace. Be graceful, be grateful, because your response in this season is going to set you up for the next season. And you don't want to miss out because you're complaining. So, understand, you're going to be just fine. They're going to be just fine. We're going to be just fine. Take it one step at a time. And just be authentic in your relationship with the Father. Y'all have a blessed night. Stay safe. We out.